Hello and welcome to the program. And coming up, NDC General Secretary accuses MPP of employing governing party traitors to orchestrate removal of Majority Leader Alban Bagbin from his Nadoli Kalio seat. But the MPP has laughed off the accusations, describing them as pure comedy. We'll hear from the party's communications director. Also, did the NDC organize thugs to violently disrupt an event by the wife of the MPP flag bearer in Ningo, as alleged by the opposition party? We will get details as Nene Kufuor continues his campaign of the Greater Accra region. And on the occasion of Founders Day, we look back at the life of the man who led Ghana's liberation struggle, Kwame Nkrumah, for whom African Union was a passion. Join us for the next 20 minutes as we brief you on the issues on the campaign trail and more. Hello and welcome again to Election Brief. I'm Araba Kumsin. It's Founders Day, a national public holiday to mark the birthday of Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and the founding fathers of Ghana. So clearly, many people are relaxing and taking it easy. But the two main political parties, the governing NDC and the opposition New Patriotic Party, are not letting a public holiday stand in their way of campaigning. Let's start off with the NDC, whose General Secretary, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, is accusing the MPP of employing what he calls governing party traitors to orchestrate the removal of Majority Leader Alban Bagbin from his Nadoli Kalio seat. It has been rumored that the presidency was conspiring to instigate the downfall of Mr. Bagbin after he publicly criticized President Mahama for running a government for his family and friends. But the NDC General Secretary has been denying the claims as he traveled with the Chief of Staff to campaign in the Upper West region. Watch.
It is not everybody who wants Bagbin in Parliament. And those who dread his name want to find ways of removing him from Parliament. But if they come frontally, they know they will be defeated. So they are coming through us, the NDC people. The MPP, the name they fear in Parliament is Bagbin. And when they fear you, and they know they cannot attack you frontally, because if they attack you and amongst themselves as MPP attacking Bagbin, they know NDC will come around and then defend Bagbin. So they go behind and use some of the NDC people so that they will appear to be attacking from within. And then MPP will say, oh, it is his own people who is fighting him. We don't have anything to do. It is a lie. It is MPP that is using pliable NDC hands to prosecute that agenda. So those pliable NDC hands are traitors. And Nelson Mandela says, a traitor is worse than the enemy himself. So please, we are clear in our minds, in Accra, from the leadership of the party. President Mahama sends me to tell you that those who are rumoring around that it is in his interest to see Bagbin out of Parliament, they are not NDC people. They are not. And President Mahama is not sponsoring any candidate in Nadoli Kalio here. I'm telling you for a fact. And no NDC person, genuine NDC person, is sponsoring any other candidate in Nadoli Kalio here. So our one and only candidate is Alban Bagbin. And MPP, when they want to destroy you, they use your own people around you to want to destroy you.
Well, the MPP has laughed off the accusations, describing them as pure comedy. Director of Communications for the party, Nana Komia, tells my colleague Evans Mensah the MPP has nothing to gain from putting a wedge between the president and Alban Bagbin. Well, we'll bring you that later. But let's get on the lines and speak to correspondent Rafiq Salam for an update on the Chief of Staff's campaign in that region. Rafiq, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Araba.
Now, quite a serious allegation there by the NDC General Secretary, but give us a sense of what may have pushed him to make these allegations. Are there rumors of the presidency trying to push out Mr. Bagbin? Is that a talking point in the minority leader's constituency?
These rumors haven't started today. It has been on, I tell you, even the last election, that President Mahama wants Alban Bagbin out of Parliament. And so the past couple of months, there have been several press conferences that have been held talking about people who are fronting, who are saying that they are coming in the name of the presidency, and then also rooting against Alban for Bagbin. And so it's been rumored. And so when General Mosquito spoke about it today, the party supporters, they were really happy that at least for one, that rumor has been cleared.
We know that he was addressing some chiefs in the Nadoli Kaleo constituency. What did the chief say in response to that allegation by the NDC General Secretary?
Actually, he was speaking to the Traditional Council of the Nadoli and also some supporters of the NDC. But the chiefs, they spoke earlier, and then they were only raising issues about development projects that they want. And then so nothing sort of, but looking and judging from the faces of all gathered here, they were really happy that at least for once this rumor has been cleared.
Rafiq, go ahead.
Yeah, apart from that, after that, the team went to Nandom to meet the Nandom Traditional area, where the Chief of Staff has been talking about the Green Revolution, talking about the agriculture policy agenda, which is in the NDC manifesto. And then it was there that the president of the Upper West House of Chiefs, talking about the outgoing president of the Upper West House of Chiefs, Dr. Charles Oure Chire, gave his backing to President Mahama for the second term.
Okay, Rafiq, we know the majority leader has joined the campaign together with the Chief of Staff and Johnson Asedu Nketia. What has he been saying?
The majority leader also, Alban Bagbin, definitely, he spoke, he was happy with those comments that were made by General Mosquito, and then for him, he was happy that at least also the rumor was cleared. But generally, the Chief of Staff has been speaking on one voice, talking about the agriculture policy, which is in the NDC manifesto, and he's talking about the Green Revolution, where agriculture mechanization centers will be set up for people to do farming.
So I take it that he didn't say anything about this allegation that the party general secretary raised.
No, he didn't talk about it, and I will tell you that Babu was grateful for those comments made by the General Secretary of the NDC because it's been a rumor, and then people have been rumored about it. And he came to the president and asked that because he needed a seat and because it was something that was looking for his candidature.
All right. As we indicated, thank you very much. Rafiq Salam is our Upper West regional correspondent. As we indicated earlier, the NDC MPP has been reacting to this allegation by the NDC General Secretary. We can now hear from the party's Director of Communications, Nana Komia.
I mean, this is the most sorry comment. Why would the NPP be doing that? What would the NPP gain if there is enmity between President Mahama and Alban Bagbin? Well, how does that benefit the NPP? Is it the NPP which got Alban Bagbin to tell the country that the John Mahama government was composed of family and friends? Is it the NPP who asked Abambagwin to talk about his belief that John Mahama, the president, cannot fight corruption, and that appointments had been made into his government based on the monetary considerations? People who contributed monies to the NDC campaign were the people who had bought the positions. That was Abambagwin. What has the NPP got to do with that? Perhaps that is the NDC's modus operandi under Afiodun Ketia's direction. So he sees everything that happens as some other person orchestrated it. The NPP has nothing to do with the enmity between John Mahama and Abambagwin. We don't have any benefits if there's that enmity. We cannot go and manipulate Abambagwin. And Afiodun Ketia should stop the comedy. He's the General Secretary for crying out.
He argues that you are so scared of Abambagwin and that you want him out, but you don't want to appear as doing it frontally because you cannot stand the consequences that will come from the NDC. So you are hiding behind these agents to risk his removal.
The fallacy and the comedy is so sad because way back in 2010 and 11, right at the start of the John Mahama presidency, Abambagwin was telling the country that John Mahama doesn't listen to advice, and so he would advise him on air, and that John Mahama cannot fight corruption. He doesn't have what it takes to fight corruption. That is, John Mahama government was composed of family and friends. Isn't it the NPP who did all of this? So clearly there's some enmity between John Mahama and Abambagwin.
Let's turn our attention on the MPP whose flag bearer, Nana Akufo-Addo, has been continuing his campaign of the Greater Accra region today. Nana Addo has been reiterating his promise of economically empowering the various districts in the country. Shortly, we'll get an update of his tour from Joy News' Latif Idris, who is traveling with the campaign team. But as he kick-started his tour yesterday, the MPP leader called on the chiefs in the region and made a passionate appeal to them to speak up when there is any form of election-related violence. Nana Akufo-Addo accused the governing NDC of organizing thugs to violently disrupt a program organized by his wife, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, as she campaigned in Ningo at an event in support of her husband's bid to become president. Addressing the Greater Accra House of Chiefs, he warned the NDC does not have a monopoly over violence and demanded that the chiefs intervene to avert violence.
It's the year of the elephant, and I'm asking you to join the ride of the elephant. Where? We say you ningo una area fe kusufi ejame. And this is biba na ba fike jame fe. Ba fe gidi ejame.
Recently in Ingo, my wife was there for an event and the NDC stormed the venue and destroyed the entire place. I'm not asking you to become policemen as chiefs, but when something like that happens, you should be bold enough to say something. This is not what we want in Ghana. Every person should have the space to hold any event so far as it does not break the law.
Femme or big fear na ba fe o ba fe the blow. Chike bale akesi force adio. Na ma pi any equal force is not only one-sided. What's more than that kind? We don't want that. But when these things happen, it's good that you, the chiefs, also should pitch your voice to that. No, we don't want those kind of things in our areas.
So that's the presidential candidate, the flag bearer, rather, of the MPP, Nana Akufo-Addo there. He continues his campaign in the Obo, Amasaman and surrounding environs today in the Greater Accra region. Latif Idris joins us on the line. Latif, we understand Nana Addo was earlier in the eastern region today. Has he changed his itinerary?
Same, Arba. As I speak with you now, we are at Dome Abra Obom constituency. And before we got here, we've been driving to constituencies in the Greater Accra region. We drove through the Amasaman constituency where people lined up the street expecting Nana Addo to at least say a word to them. but then according to schedule, he's supposed to move right here to Dome Abra constituency. So that is where we are now. If you come here, the street of Dome Abra has been painted with MPP colors. We had scores of MPP supporters lining up the street to cheer on the flag bearer as he drove through the main township. But right now we are at a park here at Dome Abra where Nanado is engaging the chiefs and elders plus the people of the community. We were expecting the chief to labor their concerns to the flag bearer, who in turn is expected to, address the needs of these chiefs and the community members here at Dome Abra in the Greater Accra region, Araba.
Issue that he raised about NDC thugs allegedly disrupting his wife's event. What is the latest on that? What do we know with respect to that today? Yeah, so far we've not gotten any official statement from the campaign team to respond to this allegation Nanado raised yesterday. But going forward, we are expected to get one of the big wigs of the party to throw more light on this allegation. We also want to find out the status of Madam Rebecca Kufuado, whether or not the party or Madam Rebecca Kufuado, for that matter, has reported the case to the police and how far investigations have gone. We do not have this information, but in the next hours or two, we are expected to get details on this from executives of the campaign team of the Nanado team, Araba. Thank you very much, Latif Idris, with that update on the MPP leaders' campaign in the Greater Accra region today. We were hoping to get some reaction to this allegation by the MPP flag bearer that the NDC allegedly organized thugs to violently disrupt a program organized by Mrs. Kufuado as she campaigned in Ningo, but we are unable to reach the executives for a comment for now. However, parliamentary candidate for Ningo Pram Sam George has been reacting to the allegations on his Facebook page, and I'll read excerpts of that. He says, I have just read this article with shock and dismay. Who are the handlers for Nanado? I put on authority that he lied to the Regional House of Chiefs. He claims his wife was at a program that got scuttled midway. It is public knowledge that the 2016 Homo War program in Ningo never took place and didn't even start for it to be disrupted. He claims that the NDC sent thugs. Lie. If Nanado now calls the Jangwe Labia, who is the chief priest of the Ningo deity, a thug, that point is well noted. The priest and his people would take adequate notice. Nanado must rise above the pettiness and speak like someone who seeks the highest office of the land. Such pedestrian lies are the precept of your several linguists. Rise above the mundane. That is if you can, sir. The truth would always stand. And that is Sam George, parliamentary candidate for Ningo Pram. They're reacting to those allegations by the MPP flag bearer. Let's move on now to the Ashanti region, and the regional branch of the New Patriotic Party is accusing the Electoral Commission officials there of unduly holding on to ID cards of its members in the ongoing voter transfer exercise. According to the party, it is reliably informed that ID cards of vote transfer applicants with sympathies to the MPP are held on by the officials for no apparent reason. Addressing a press conference in Kumasi Tuesday, the Ashanti Regional Secretary of the MPP, Sam Pine, said the party will insist that laws governing the voter transfer process will apply fairly across the country, with no exception. Let's get more details from Prince Apia of our sister station, Love FM in Kumasi. Good afternoon to you, Prince. Unfortunately, that line has dropped, and we will surely bring you that story in our subsequent bulletins. You're watching Election Brief here on your Joy News channel. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. We're staying in the Ashanti region because a group of pastors of Grace Baptist Church in Kumasi are mounting a war on corruption with focus on 4 areas they describe as critical. From for Christians Against Corruption is targeting to stop extortion by police on the roads and intra-party vote buying. Parliamentary aspirants for the MPP, the NDC, PPP and PNC and an independent hopeful are lining up for the forum slated later today. They will unveil their plans to influence anti-corruption legislation for eliminating the canker. Prince Apia of our sister station Love FM has more.
Partly because if the person has to recoup his money that he is paid to those who voted for him, and until after he has been able to pay his debt, he's not going to do any community project. You understand? With the common fund and all those things they have. And whatever they are going to do, they are going to see that it is something that will give them some extra money before they plunge themselves into it. Well, I will say that if you're a leader and you do vote buying before you are elected, in the first place, you are admitting that you are not a popular person. You understand? If you didn't give money to people, they would not have voted for you. And so that in itself doesn't make you feel confident leading people. You understand? So then also it's a type of deceit, you know. You are the only deceiving people. And also it doesn't make you yourself give your best. I don't know why people go into politics.
So that's a member of the group Forum for Christians Against Corruption there, and he was speaking against the vote buy. Now, in Ghana today, many people are taking a break to cool off and relax because it's Founders' Day. It's a national public holiday observed in Ghana to mark the birthday of Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and the founding fathers of Ghana, and celebrated on 21st September every year. So to commemorate the day, we have put together a short package looking back at the life of the man who led Ghana's liberation struggle, Kwame Nkrumah.